Good morning, YouTube! What is up? We're doing the daily puzzle for today, September 6th. Let's get on with it. Alright, so here it is white to move, and we are white, which means that we are a pawn down. So, how can we compensate? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think there's a very good chance of us winning. I mean, there is black can play queen f2, and after that, it looks like white is completely lost, So I guess what we're looking for here is a draw. And obviously, a draw in a tactic means you come up with something a bit forceful, something active, maybe something passive. It could be, quiet moves, definitely quiet moves. But let's think of some candidate moves. First of all, there are checks. There's only one check, or one good check rather, and that is queen e1, allowing the king to escape. Now, that is not what we want, right? We don't want the king to go to the 5th rank. We want to keep it on the 4th rank. So what do we do about it? Well, I can certainly think of the move g3, simply trapping our king. If king takes, then queen h2, king f3, queen g2, checkmate. If queen takes, however, then what do we do? Then we have to stalemate. If queen takes, let's see, I don't know. Oh, that's right. Okay. So if queen takes, do we play? We can't just trade, because then black would be 2 pawns up, and then we would be at loss. Could we maybe what's a forcing move? Like queen takes g4. Maybe like a pin, like queen e1, or maybe queen f2 actually. Yeah, queen f2. That seems pretty good. I mean, queen f2 looks like if the pawn takes, then it's a draw. If the queen takes, it's a draw. And if neither take, then what? Then what does black respond with? Well, first of all, yeah, if black moves the pawn after queen f2, if black pushes, then we would have check, and then perpetual check, keep checking, or get checkmated if black goes to h3. Sorry. So I think the move is queen f2. Okay, so the king moved, right? So black kind of evaded this check, right? However, there's another check, and that is queen f1. Now, if we play queen f1, then the king just goes back, and then do we just play queen f2 again? And then that's just like a 3-move. I think that's it. I think the king just goes back, then we go back, then the king goes down, then we go down. Eventually becomes a 3-move repetition. Looking into the analysis here, if this pawn were to be pushed, then we just come to f6, and then shuffle our queen and king until it's a draw. If black tried anything funky, like king h3, then we could play, queen h4, or yeah, we can play queen h4. Actually, no, we can't. Queen h6 is probably the best move. Queen h4, queen e3 check. Yeah, so we go with this threefold. And looking back at moving the king. So what's happening? Hello. Queen f6. It's not allowing us. Okay. So looking back at, instead of pushing that pawn, if moving that king, we just play queen f1. Then the king has to move back to h. I don't know why it's acting up. The king has to go back to h4, and we shuffle. If the pawn takes, it's a stalemate. If the queen takes, it's a stalemate. And yeah, those are the only 3 pieces. The queen cannot move. Queen can only capture. This pawn can only capture or push the pawn, in which we learned about that check by the queen. And if the king moves, we have the 3-fold repetition, so it's a draw. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the tactic. It's pretty nice. I mean, especially in a position like that, you might think like, okay, so 2 pawns versus 1 pawn, I think I can make this a draw. Well, you have to look at it from a positional standpoint. What are black's candidate moves? In this very scenario, moving this queen to f2 could be very, very bad for white. moving queen to f2 would probably result in something like queen to thinks I'm doing the puzzle, would probably result in queen to d1, and then eventually we would push this pawn. We would push this pawn and promote it, and black would be completely winning. Alright, I hope you had fun. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Subscribe, like, everything. Goodbye.